Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 18 here for the Tier 2 Belgian Grand Prix here at the circuit Spa-Francorchamps. And tonight who will be commentating is me, GRT Matty, and alongside me is an empty seat. Unfortunately, I'll be commentating this by myself for the second race running. And so that'll be interesting. But drivers are now coming out of pit lane. Norris, classic Williams first on the out on track, as it's the last garage. So Norris is the first one out. So we're looking forward to this race. Hopefully we can get a bit of a DRS train like we did yesterday. The DRS train was 7 cars and it just made it so much more difficult to overtake. So hopefully the cars pick up a bit more and get more chance of overtaking. Sam will be joining us for interview. You'll be joining us shortly, but I'm just going to quickly invite him now while I have the chance. And he'll join him when he wants to. Just do this. Yeah. Yep. Expecting lap times to be around. I'm expecting pole position to maybe just get into the low 41s. Apart from that, I think that'll be a decent lap for the low 41s. I'm expecting people like, I would say people like Cat or Bram or track people like them, maybe even some other drivers who can probably give us a ride, like Udare or something. I would say Kata as well, but I don't think he's done much practice. So let's see how Kata does. Got a full grid tonight with 20 drivers. First driver to start that lap is no longer LSR Norris, it's now BHR Norris. So that's something new to adjust to. As it goes through the turn 1, I can't remember what it was called. But out of turn 1 he goes. Keep it flat through Eau Rouge and Radion. Scrub as little speed as possible. Take the shortest route as possible. Open DRS down the Kemmel Street he goes. One of the drivers looking to fight for the pole position. Coming into the chicane, that curb is a bit awkward. As he revs out the 4th gear through the chicane. Into this very understeering right-hander that locks up the inside front, very easy to do there. Into No Name, maximise as much track as possible, and there's a massive drift into the entry of No Name. Through Pure now. Can make your pants go brown, but he's got it through fine. But there's a little bit of oversteer again, so Norris looks like he's using a very, very sensitive setup on the rear. And a lot of, he just doesn't look comfortable. Doesn't seem to track hard, does not seem to want to stay with them through the corners. Coming down now the long straight, it's about what wings are you using. They're using higher or lower. Through Blanchimont, it goes easy flat out through here, no trouble at all. And it breaks after the 100-meter board. Using all the track available, clipping the curve at the apex is nicely. That's a bit of a corner cut, but I think he might have just got away with it. I'm not sure. I haven't got all the details up so far. Yep, but it's a 42.1, so it's a decent lap, but semi-K with a 41.1 absolutely just blasts my predictions of Reddy, and it's only the first lap. That's rapid. That would already get you top 5, I believe, in Tier 1. So that's a blistering lap time by semi-K. And he is going to be joining us from the interview later on, so it'll be interesting to have a comment. Interesting to have an interview with him later. Really 1 minute tires. There, I think it's just starting his lap. A lot of people seem to be starting laps. It's taking quite a while for people to start them. Bram, championship leader right now, despite his poor Austria. And he, I can't remember where he finished now in Britain. I think he finished P2 in Britain, if I'm not mistaken. the championship leader looking to get a good lap in. That 41.1 is going to be very difficult to beat. That's faster than pretty much 3/4 of tier 1. Talking about Bram in the Haas, we've got his fellow countryman and his teammate in the comm box now for a quick interview. Semi, just to make sure you include your audio. Bram crosses the line, and Bram's got even faster! So, interesting time to have an interview. But Semi, it was a very good lap from you, 41.1. I thought it was very quick, but Bram Nielsen's just pipped you there. But how are you looking forward to this qualifying, rest of qualifying, and coming to this race? No, Udair has not set lap yet. He's just finished his lap now. Yep, Udair goes P3. Okay, I won't hold you any longer. I'm pretty sure you want to get some of your laps done because Belgium is a quite long circuit, so I'll let you go now. Thanks for the interview. So yeah, Udair pips P3. Championship rivals for the two Dutchmen in the Haas cars. The Haas is actually the complete opposite way around it is in real life. Just got some quick laps here. We're already getting to the low 41s, which is already exceeding my expectations. Those laps are very, very quick. They're getting top 5 in tier 1. So, exceptional lap times are here now. These sort of low 42s is what's more expecting, but so that isn't too much of a surprise. A lot of cars not done a lap yet. I mean, they're coming towards the halfway through the session. Oh, and that was a solid. I always don't think he's on a lap, but well, I say if he was on a lap, it was an interesting line. Here we've got Charlotte. He'd be hoping to avoid any connection issues. Bit of lock up through there, and a bit of a weird oversteering moment he had through there, and it's why he's invalidated, but he's still pushing. Someone was just trying to get a bit of a gauge on what he can do. Maybe we'll just put back into pit lane. He's not yet at the garage yet. I believe he's doing some STB, let's say STB business, but yeah. Most cars that either finish the laps and go into the pit lane or are now on their out laps. Max is the only one on his lap. I don't know why he's just finished his lap. So some quick laps and lap times I was expecting. But those two house drivers, the two Dutchmen, will be looking to push each other to the limits because they're with the quick laps that they are, and they'll be looking to get into the 40s, which would be extreme. Oh, and I've seen 2 or 3 people will get close to that barrier already. It's very easy to do, just hit that barrier that sticks out like a sore thumb. And Philippe and Norris were looking to make a bit of a gap because Philippe is a bit close than the Williams driver. Buckley started his lap. Talk about Buckley, he's a returnee after a short break away from the league. Fun fact that he joined STB in the exact same race I did back in season 9 in Malaysia. So, interesting information to tell you there, but he is back. And he is piloting that car like a fighter jet. Through the chicane he goes. A bit of grass from the entry and he locks up, goes wide, very easy to do. You just take it up wide line, might be faster, but not exactly the recommended line. Very easy to go wide through no name, but he's done it cleanly. Poo on, has he got the, can he keep his balls in check? coming through here. He's done enough. Got a decent lap. Clean, as at least a bit of a moment mid chicane there. It's going to hamper a little bit. Coming to the end of sector 2, he's 3/10 up. So at this rate, he begins to the 41s. What all about now is taking the shortest route and scrubbing the least speed as possible. Through the section, through Blanchimont he goes. Easy flat. Coming towards the bus stop chicane. Takes it nicely. Get the power nice and cleanly. What lap time will he do? It's a 41.7, so I was right. Into the 41s, Barkley goes. Irishman setting a decent lap there on his return. But the Haas driver's also on lap. I'm taking that line a lot more clean than he did last lap. Car looks very stable right now, so Bram looks like he's got that car hooked up nicely. Using all the curve on the entry, very risky to do. You're risking the car losing the rear end on that curve. Taking a tight line through the exit P1, trying to minimise as much track as possible. Hitting the curve nicely. Very clean through there. No understeer, no oversteer. Exactly what he's a 10th up. He's going to be in the 40s at this rate, and I'm presuming he's probably still got some time to gain. Oh, Semi's out! Semi's crashed! He's crashed right at the end of sector 2 before the right-hander. You can see on the map there, he's crashed out, so that Semi's qualifying done. And I haven't realised that Norris is gone up to P3 on the 41.3, it's another very quick lap. Lap time's a lot quicker than I was expecting. And there's Bram Nilsson. He did lose a little bit of time, I think, in that last sector. So, but still, into the 40s. First driver into the 40s. Very, very quick lap times for the TO2 drivers. Judy managed to get into 5th place. The 41.6, so it's a good lap by him. See who else is on the lap. We've got new driver TE Milkman on a lap. Not sure that's Bram in front of him. He's going to let him through at some point. Yep. Let's see how Milkman is to see the new driver. Let's get on board with him. Let's get an idea how you can do. A bit cautious through the right-hander. Car looks stable though. You've got people here who are using like Bram who have got a very nice, quick but stable setup, and then you've got people like Norris who was on boarding with his first lap. He had a very unstable, very what looked a bit slushy car, where the car just kind of just slides into the corners. It just is quite stick. So you've got different types of setup you can run right now. That stable setup just seems to be a little bit more quicker right now. There's a pretty much a static racing point. That's 2D going almost nil on his speedometer. Go the other way because the Haas is coming right behind him. As Milkman takes a very cautious line through the chicane. He's going to exit out of the last corner. What will he do? He's looking over to P7, just behind Buckley by 200 a second. As he lets Wax through to do his lap. So it's up to P7 for the new Alfa Romeo driver. And I'll say once again, it's just me in the comebox today. Like last week. Well, then last week it was not supposed to be a single commentary. But I've got a drink next to me just in case my throat does go. But Semi-K is out of the session as he crashed on his second run. So he just had an interview with him saying he's going to push and try and push Brown into getting pole position from him, but he's just ballsy up. Maldi into the 41s. Wasn't too comfortable going to this race, but it's a decent lap for him despite only being his first lap, despite being, well, I'll say 2.5 minutes left, but normally it's a bit less on my spectator menu. So it'll probably be about 4 minutes for them. So I don't know if Maldi's going to be able to do another lap. Not exactly pushing. get back to the pits as quickly as possible. Most of the people in the pits now. I think it's just YX, I think he's backed out of his lap. Who's 60% down the DRS already. I think he's going for another lap. He's got the Renault ahead of him, so that'll be Felipe or Udair on outlaps. Udair needs to get out of the way. He's just giving him slipstream, I think. The two Brazilians giving each other a slipstream. So we've got inside team orders on the FXBR party. They lock up there in the right hander, but he did get one for no name. So Bruce being a bit wary on his brakes. Gets set lap. Oh, he's in a very set lap, but not very competitive lap. Oh, and that's not exactly the great line through that. Oh, and he's lost the rear end. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it coming to the entry sector 3. I can't remember what the corners are called through there, but he's lost it and he's on the inside of start sector 3. He's let people through before moving again. So that's the McLaren lap's over. I don't think he'll be able to do another lap. Starting to get closer and closer. What do you think the grid will be? Okay, I'm taking a third gear exit to start his lap. Turn 1, nice and smooth on power. Very easy to get a bit too aggressive on the power here. Just try and carry that speed all the way up the hill through Eau Rouge and Radion. Keep the car as straight as possible. Open that DRS down the camera straight. Hitting 207 miles an hour, he slams on the brakes hard into the chicane here. Very easy to be a bit too aggressive on the curbs. Maldi has retired. We will now finish our laps. Oh, a bit of understeer from the Mercedes here. Not looking the most, doesn't look like the most quickest setup right now. He's looking a bit, doesn't seem to have that grip. Yeah, he just understeers. He's trying to put lots of steering lock into his car. It looks like he's using a wheel, but I don't know if he's using a 40-up wheel yet. He's very he's all like, no, he's just doesn't have a front end. The car does not want to go with him. I don't think he's 2 minutes down, so that's the Mercedes drivers out of the way. Got all the runners. I think Felipe's lap has given up. I think he's backed out of his lap. Ram, Rune, P1 using all track availables, looking to improve even more. Semi-retiring, well, crashing out, should say. He's lost 2 positions now. Felipe has beaten him by 4,000 of a second, and Udair has beaten him by half a tenth. That's Bram wide. Bram's wide, and that's cost him an impossible improvement. Bram was 2.5 tenths up. Bram was 2.5 tenths up on an absolute flyer, and he's just ran wide through that fast chicane at the end of sector 2. This could have been a possible 0.6 for the Haas driver, the Dutchman. Could have been an hour for 0.6. And he did lose time for here in his last lap, so he could have done a lot better, but he probably should still get pole anyway. I think everyone else has finished their laps. But yeah, it was a 40.5. That was an absolute rapid time by the Dutchman. That is tier 1 lap time, that is. That is some tier 1 lap time. Absolutely unbelievable from the Dutchman. And there doesn't seem to be any more changes. I think Solid just took 6th place from 7th place from Buckley. So, not a bad lap from the returning Irishman. I think that's the second time in a row Maldi's started P10. So Maldi's nice been lucky with his positioning in terms of where he's been. But here we go, here's your qualifying results for Tier 2 Belgium. We've got Bram Nelson for pole position with a 40.9. could have been it was ended up being with a 40.5, but it was invalidated. So it was a brilliant qualifier from Bram Nilsson. Don't think you can say anything else from him. Udair in second place, behind him his championship rival in second place. Got Philippe in third, Sami K in fourth after crashing on his first run. So that's stayed, and Norris is in 5th, 2D6, Solid in 7th, Buckley in 8th, Milkman in 9th, Subnaldi in 10th, Lemon in 11th, Etienne in 12th, Field of Power in 13th, Mazzo in 14th, Cookin in 15th, Charles in 16th, YX in 17th. And I don't know who the last 3 or 4 cars were. I think it was Proust and Tavares, I think also were down there. But that was your qualifying results. Obviously, it was Kata, I think, also didn't set a lap. So, Kata, not exactly a recommended qualifying from the Italian. As we wait for everyone to sort their strategies out. Their fuel loads, changes, any minor changes to set up if needed. Anything to the off diff or the front wing or tyre pressures. Anything they need to do for the final runs. You tend to want to carry a bit more fuel around here. Maybe about 3 extra fuel, but Tier 1 it didn't need that much because that's 2 safety cars. But it's interesting to see what people do with this. It's quite an easy one, start soft and mediums unless it's a safety car. There you go. So literally all the people in the bottom 10 on the mediums, apart from Mozart and Charles. Let's say set down on formation lap. Don't want to be doing too much warm-ups on the first sector because you don't want to keep the tyres in check. Because it's quite a long life around here, so if you do too much warming up, you will destroy those softs before you get a chance to use them. So yeah, it was YX, it was Proust, Cass and Tavares that did not set a lap. So doesn't mean they're good qualifying for the 3 drivers in the bottom 3. They didn't set a lap, but still, Brown with a 0.5 that was invalidated. And this is the second predicted pit stop strategy we've had so far. We had one from Bram, it says softer mediums and softer hards. We've got one from Udair, which was softer mediums and what, softs, mediums, is it? And Philippe's flying down towards P1, slams on the brakes, trying to get some heat into those tyres. Hopefully they won't go too slow, because it's happened a couple of times where the formation lap's very slow at the end and everyone's tyres start to drop off in temperature. Happened a couple of times in yesterday's race where the leader was going too slow and it would hurt everyone else's tyres because he just went, oh, Norris has gone straight into the barrier on the formation lap, trying to heat those rear tyres up and probably still a bit cold. Luckily, he didn't get damaged on the formation lap, otherwise his race would have been out before the race even started. And I think somebody said that, I think somebody left the session. I didn't catch who that was. I saw something pop up, but I don't have a clue who it was. It was King Lemon. Let's try and invite him back to the game. Hope he can get in quick enough, but he won't be able to take control of his car until the full lights are out. If you do it before, I think it makes the game bug. Cars will line up on the grid. I've got Bram Nilsson from Udair to Philippe to Semi K to Norris, 2D, Solid, Buckley, Milkman, Meldy, Lemon, Etienne, Field of Power, Mazza, Crucken, Charles, YX, Prout, and Catan Tavares filling up the last slot on the grid. And the lights are out. I think it's a glitch start from us. Yep, glitch start. So we'll wait for the cars on their screens to actually lights to go out. Oh, and King Lemon's gone. Yep. Uh, this is what I was worrying was going to happen. That AI get a head start. It actually happened to me in Spain last season in Tier 2. But lights now up on the drivers now. It's going to be 5 lights for them. It's lights out, and away we go for the Tier 2 Belgian Grand Prix here in season 18. And looks like Bram's got a good start. And he's got the inside. He's got Norris up the inside of the Renault driver. Oh, there's been contact from Norris and Uday. I think there's. And it's been a crash. That's the Renault. Oh, it's been an absolute massive crash. Big crash. Absolute massive. This car's spinning around the red racing point. It's out. Kata has got damage. Side has got caught in that. Tuli's been caught in that. Philippe has been caught in it. Buckley's been caught in it. And Semi-K being caught in it as well. This is absolutely madness. This is crazy. 5 cars got caught up in that, and Norris is also down to P14. So that's 2 of the leading cars that have been included in that crash. And Milkman has had a brilliant start. It's up into P4 from P7. And there's now a safety car. So I'm interested to see what people do. I don't know if any of the soft runners are going to pit for the hard tyres, but it would be a bit risky in terms of track position. A bit early to do, so I think everyone should stay out. Apart from the people on damaged tyres, I think if the people that do have damage should get the hards on and should get into the end, or they can go on to another set of softs. And you probably could do softs at the end if you wanted to be honest. If you, I mean, they're all on soft tyres, so we'll have to do mediums. But it will be you can do on the hards or get onto the mediums and do another stop. But it's been an absolute mad start. I don't know how everyone, like 4 or 5 cars, spun out at the exit of turn 1. God knows what happened. But I've never seen anything like that. That was literally some, was it 1998, was it? I can't remember, it was 1996 or something like that. It was in the late 90s, I know that, when it was like the whole grid just absolutely crashed in the exit of turn 1. In full wet conditions, the Y-axis is in the pits. Quite strange actually, how some of the medium runners are pitting. I find it's intriguing. I don't know if they got caught in that and got some damage. I don't know. Let's stay on board with them, see if they got damaged or not. I think yeah, there's damage. There's front wings being replaced, so they've been caught in that. So there's been. It wasn't just the bottom 5. It was a load of medium runners. YX did not have a vertical front wing, but it did have to go onto the hards, which is a little bit strange. And yes, people are going to the hards. So no one's going for the mediums and trying to do an extra stop. But I don't know what that start was. It was an absolute cluster. And King Lemon, I think he's back in the lobby, but he's way up in first. But it's not where he should be, but I'm hoping he doesn't. He's looking very laggy coming back in. Looking very, very laggy. I'm not liking the look of this, to be honest. He's jumping left and right as he weaves. So I'm a bit worried for him. Bram's taking his time. He does not want to wear those softs out. Take it nice instead. He can go take it as long as he wants until he gets towards the safety car. But everyone on the hards now that were included in that crash. I think that included nearly all of the half of the grid. It contains some of the leading runners, some of the middle runners, and some of the back runners as well. So there's a absolute massive crash at the exit turn 1. I don't know what caused it. I knew there was a bit of contact from Uday and Norris. I'm not sure, but that could have been the initial ignition of the crash. So, but we won't know until after the race when people bring their reports in for incident reports. But I've never seen them such a big crash in a league race 4 on the exit turn 1. I've seen an entry to turn 1 on the first lap, but never on the exit. So, a new type of crash. Well, King Lemon not supposed to be losing, as his AI took off way before the lights set out. He should be in the bottom 10 from the start, but he's gotten away with a collision at the back there, so I'll say it's a stroke of luck from King Lemon. But I honestly, if I was him, I would drop about 10 positions or something, just so it's not super unfair, because you know he's not really supposed to be there. But we've got some really good some people gained a lot of positions off this crash. Crooken's got a 5-second penalty and 2's got a 5-second time penalty. I think that's probably included in the crash. But yeah, Tavares has gained 13 positions off the start. And a brilliant start for the Mercedes driver. Also a good start from Moz as well. Up on 9 positions, same as Prudes, but mostly is because of people crashing. There's a lot of cars that are 14 places down where they were. Safety car could be in this lap because it's been 2 laps now and all the cars are bunched up, so safety car should be in this lap. Yep, there we go. Safety car is in. Let's see how King Lemon backs up the grid. 2D looks fine from the offboard, but on the onboard it looks horrendous. Like that isn't a nice look. Oh, and it's looking, you see there, the Lemon just doesn't look. It's not red barring, it's just that weird bug that it gives the car when you join back after when you lag out before the race starts. Bram will be looking to get past him as quickly as possible, as King Lemon should be fighting, and Lemon is on the medium tyres. I hope we didn't get a bit of a DRS train like we did yesterday in Tier 1. I'm hoping some battles. As now we set off as King Lemon goes out to the last corner. Charles got a 5-second place, 5-second penalty. So I need to change my overlay because I can't see what the rest of it said. As now as Bram, it's been a relatively gapped out. It's been split up a little bit. Big gap between Tavares has struggled to keep up with the cars in front. Prude's also got a 5-second penalty. I don't know what's going on there, from some collisions or something. Bram is not able to keep ahead of King Lemon. King Lemon's not letting cars through. So we might have to look at this, because King Lemon should not be up there. Bram needs to dispatch him as quickly as possible, because King Lemon on those medium tyres, Bram should be a lot quicker. King Lemon I don't think has the pace either to stay ahead of Bram. Bram can either get him before. Oh, Bram with a massive oversteer there. As I was about to say, Bram can either wait for DRS or he can try and get him as quickly as possible. So, but it's a surprisingly good start from the Alfa Romeo drivers. Charles had a good restart on his hard tyres as they all filtered through Pouon. It's a bit. Oh, it's side by side with Kata and YX. I think that is. Buckley's looking to get involved as well. Charlie's looking involved. Sorry, it's not Buckley. It's Solid. And YX, I think, has lost 2 positions from that. So I know side by side with. Is that? Oh, that's close from Philippine 2D. Philippine, I think she's got past 2D. And 2D is very, very close to the back of that Renault driver, almost pushing him through. Philippe's now using his overtake, trying to get past YX. It's now 3 wide. It's 3 wide, coming through his Blanchman, and YX is pulling out. And YX who's left now is letting people through. And there's going to be more moves going on. Philippe's defending from the Racing Point driver. Remember, all these guys all pitted after the TD's on those soft tyres, so Ludi's going to be a lot faster. He's going to be a second lap faster on those soft tyres, but he's going to make a move now while the tyres are still fresh. We go back to the leaders. Bram is now at the back of King Lemon. Udaire's also back of him. You can tell that Bram and Udaire are just faster. King Lemon seems to be fighting this. He's used a lot more overtake than Bram has. Bram's around the outside, and Bram will take P1 back. Udaire will be looking to dispatch him as quickly as possible. And Lemon loses the back end. Udaire's going to use this now to his advantage. He's going to make move but he backs out. King Lemon's gone wide. Now there's a chance to get past him. There's yellow flags at the back. That is Prudes, I think. Prudes is out. He's lost his front wing, I think. No, his front wing's good, but he's spun around. Back on the leaders. Udair still hasn't managed to get past Lemon. Because Udair needs to get past King Lemon as quickly as possible, because he's already 1.5 seconds behind his Bram Nilsson, and it's going to be hurting him constantly throughout the laps. So he needs to get past as quickly as possible. No overtake, but looks like he's using a bit less wings, a bit of slipstream. Is he going to go for the move now, or is he going to go until after turn 1? Up the camera straight and waiting, but he's going to go around the outside for the bus stop chicane. He's going to do a switchback move. He won't have DRS down here, but he should have it. Yep, he will have it at the exit of turn 1 up the camera straight. It'll be a lot easier, and he will stop from him getting re-overtaken. So Udair's keeping it safe, not overtaking too early. Udair will save his DRS, and it should be an easy move for DRS, shouldn't be no trouble at all. Lemon is not going to be using his overtake, he knows he's not on his pace, these guys, he shouldn't really be fighting too hard. Milkman, he's had a brilliant start, he's now up to P4. Mozza's right behind him. Also had a Mozza was down in P14, was it, something like that. Now up to P5. So yeah, Mozza's gained 9 positions off the start. So it's been good for start for Mozza. Penalties are starting to be dished out, but yeah, Udair has got past our rest the Sauber driver. And it is starting to break up, but we've got a little separate trains going on right now. Oh, that's wide by King Lemon. Not the recommended line through there. Milkman. Oh, that's somebody off. That's is that Kata? It's Kata. Kata. He's just not having any sort of luck whatsoever in the last few races. Austria, I believe, had damage and crashed. Britain, I think he retired. France, I think he retired. So it's been some terrible races from the Racing Point driver. And yeah, Udair's the fast laps. Udair's currently faster than Bram Nilsson right now, but Udair could be using more overtake. Udair's looking to get within DRS, but don't think he's quite there. Bram is defending it by using some of his own DRS, so Udair not in DRS yet. But we've got some fighting further down the field. Kata's got a 5-second time penalty for retiring. Kata's out again, I think, for the third race running, I believe. So it's been an absolute terrible stint for Kata, but he shouldn't be back in first place. Kata needs to win his laps in. If he's sitting in the back of the grid, he's not going to be helping him. As Buckley got past Maldi. Maldi, despite having a decent position in the qualifying, he's not able to turn that into a result yet, being included. A lot of people have been included in that crash at start. As it seems to settle down a little bit now. Cars are split up nicely. There's a red flag. That's Buckley. Buckley's round at P1. P1 has caught a driver here. Very easy to get a bit too comfortable for P1, and he's lost the rear end, I presume, and spun. So his retir's a little bit hot. So the Irishman and his return back to STB's not done great so far. Tavares is all over the back now of Norris. Oh, Norris gives a squeeze on the exit of Tavares on the outside there, as Norris dips into the pit lane very late. In a bit of an early stop. End of lap 8. Oh, it's the start of the end of lap 7, as I say. So Norris going for the undercut. Mediums will get to the end from here. Milkman's absolutely milking his ERS dry as he's trying to get past his teammate. King Lemon trying to fight it, but just nothing can do. ERS is slipstream and ERS just too powerful when no one's ahead of the driver. So how easy it is to overtake drivers when a car in front of you has not got DRS. But when you're stuck in a train, it's just not possible. So King Lemon's going to be looking to get dropping down the field now. But after Buckley's spin, Melody's back up into position now. Norris might have just pitted, but he's come out right behind traffic approved, which is not what he needs. As Buckley gets a 3 time penalty. Cruz had that spin earlier, so he's very far back compared to where everyone else is. Oh, Norris gets very close to the back of him there. Cruz is not using an overtake, but Norris is. Norris got the move done really early. Just before, it's going to be side by side, just nearly, no, Norris just gets past him before Blancheron. There's more people pitting now. It is now the pit stop window. People on the softs now pitting on onto the medium compound tyres. These hard runners are now going past them, so this medium runners are going to do what a bit like tier 1 and try and get past these hard runners. But being in DRS, it's going to be difficult. So Bram getting past Philippe won't be as easy as you think it would be. Philippe, with lack of ERS, Philippe is very known for draining his ERS. He just can't do anything. He's used all his ERS up. Bram needs to get past these guys early while he's got the tyres. But he's also got to watch out for Udair behind him as well. It's Haas, Renault. Can Bram and Udair do what Tier 1 struggle to do and try and get past people while on a train? Oh, that's Maldi out! Maldi's out of the Belgian Grand Prix after crashing out of the exit. That's very weird because I've never seen anyone crash there before. God knows how he's done that. Very late on the corner and he's managed to crash it. Bram manages to try and get past Philippe. He's going to make the move done now, otherwise he won't have a chance for a while. Those medium tyres will have better grip, but Philippe has the outside line, but Philippe does not have the overtake and Bram's using some of that overtake. Bram will now have the outside line, but Bram should get a better exit now out of turn 1. The mean tyres should get better grip, but it just isn't simply the case. Philippe is going to be run out of ERS. Bram backs out because Philippe's now got low on ERS and Bram should now breeze past the Renault driver. Yep. Philippe still with his why he still carries that low ERS and he's let his teammate through as well. So Bram's kind of got a bit screwed over there by his rival teammate. Now Bram Nelson's going to get past Semi-K, but I think Semi-K won't pick up, although they are fighting for the championship. Semi-K is a little bit far behind him in third of the championship right now, but I don't see why Semi-K will fight him. Tucci will pit in a couple laps time, I presume, but his softs are a little bit more fresher because they pit on them on the end of lap 1, I believe. But right now, Tavares, despite starting pretty much last, he's now leading the race. And see the flags! Tooney's out! Tooney's out! Just mentioned Tooney, he's now lost the wheel on the X. On this another. This is a second safety car. It's literally, this is tier 1 all over again. There's 2 safety cars in the first half of the Grand Prix. And there's another safety car. This will help people. Maldi won't be happy because he's just crashed out and he's now a safety car. This will help people that have just This will actually screw over the medium runners, because they will now have to go on the softs can possibly make it, but it'll be a big push. To get the softs in, you can feel the power is very slow into the pit lane. Will they go onto the softs though? They will go on the softs. Tavares is on the softs. Come on, right behind the Alpha Tauri. Softs. Oh, but for the powers onto hard, so there's a different strategy for the facing Alpha Tauri. So, different types of tyres go on here. Semi-K onto another set of mediums. Semi-K decided to get rid of those hards, go onto the mediums. Philippe's pitted as well, onto another set of mediums. Buckley's pitted into the mediums. So some of these hard runners are pitted into the mediums and thought, no, get these hard tyres off the car, please. I want some fresher, softer rubber. But some people have gone for the hards though. I thought it would have been softs or mediums, because those softs can possibly make it to the end now. It is early enough, just about. It is late enough just about to get onto the softs to make it to the end. But I've got 2 laps under the safety car, so that will help. I just don't think hards is the way to go. I think softs will be better than the hards. The softs will just be that much quicker. Oh, that's full of power, it's gone wide. I was actually recommended. And it's not just that as well, those softs will be so much easier to warm up as well, so it's hard to be struggling with the first laps. But I think the medium tyres will be the best. Not exactly slow, but they will last easily enough. But the softs will struggle to get to the end of the race without having some extreme wear. Tavares has had an absolute... Tavares, what was Tavares again? Tavares has gained 15 positions. And it's halfway through this. Tavares has been gone from last, I believe, to 5th. And he's now on the soft tyres. And now on for looking to win the race. Because the guys ahead of him are on slightly used medium tyres. If Tavares has the pace, Tavares could win this race. But I think he might struggle. Because you know what the DRS train is like. It will be difficult to overtake people when everyone's just got DRS in each other. It's just not easy to overtake. Tavares' softs will be a bit more worn at the end, so softs will wear out quicker. Safety car will about for another lap because it's only been 1 lap. For the powers now in the pits, he's decided, you know what, I don't want these hards on the tyres, I want the softs. So, AlphaTauri, I guess presuming he regretted his tyre choice. He's going for set of mediums. Why is he not going for a set of softs? My brain is being frazzled once again. People presuming that the pit safety car will be in this lap. So people are now warming up the tyres, trying to make sure they get heating them before the safety car restart. Well, what happens in yesterday? People weren't expecting the safety car restart to be so slow before the restart happened, and because they didn't have temperature on the tyres, because the safety car was so slow, because people were so slow on the restart, tyres just got really cold, very dangerously, and it's made people's life so much harder for the first lap, especially people on the hards. Yeah, I think Crooken's the only one now on those hards who pitted for hards, and now I think that's the way to go. Yes, they'll be very durable, but they just won't be quick enough. Medium tyres will be the best, but soft tyres are probably the quickest, but might drop off in the race. But interested to see how the softs compare to the rest of the tyres. Will there be any drop off? Will the mediums be the best? Will the softs be the best? Or will the hards just be versatile enough to have enough pace to make those tyres work? Now everyone's bunching up as the safety car is in this lap. another restart. Charles will lead them. Charles has pitted. He'd be looking to get his tyres to the end. So Charles is effectively the net leader. He'd be looking to get those tyres to the end. 4 laps of those tyres have been under the safety car, so they'll be not too badly worn. And should make it to the end. Bram's so much more quick on the brakes though. Oh, Charles has lose the rear end. So Bram has a brake mid-chicane. Bram will be looking to disperse him as quickly as possible. If Bram can get ahead of Charles, that will make a car in between Udair and him. So Bram's looking to get his best exit possible. Charles is now absolutely dumping the pack as Bram wants that lead, but Bram's taking off his ERS. So Charles has now back on to overtake now. It'll be like how powerful is the slipstream, what wing is he using. Bram seems to just have the extra trying speed slipstream and he seems to be using a bit less downforce. But as they get around outside, Bram's going to make the move, but he's not. Charles has got the move, kept the move intact. He's still got first place. Bram's on the inside of Charles, he wants that lead. But he's got to watch out for Udair. Udair does around the outside, and Bram's going to have to defend from the Renault driver. The Renault driver will have to back out, and Bram will hold on just onto second place. Charles with those old hard tyres is going to be over, nearly a second a lap slower than these guys behind him, theoretically. And it's going to create absolutely. Charles being on those old hards is going to bunch up the whole grid. Also, Solid's sticking out a sore thumb. He's on 10 lap old mediums, so I'm not sure why he didn't pit, because those hard mediums should not get to the end. Overtake is being dumped. Bram's all over the back of Charles now. Charles is... Oh! Bram's out! There's been a massive crash! Charles has been flipped over and Bram is out of the race! Charles is alive! No, Bram's out! There's another car out. It says a Renault out, I swear. That's Norris! Norris has been included in that! Norris is in there! Bram's out of the race! The championship leader is out of the race with a massive crash. There's another safety car! What is going on? I don't know what's going on right now. I'm scratching my head. Because I don't know how long my voice is going to last until my throat will hurt. Because the amount of conflict that's going on right now, I am so baffled. Bram, I didn't see it because the camera angle was terrible camera angles. But it looked like Bram was taking a move on Charles and it had some sort of crash, and Charles' car, I think, went up in the air. A massive crash, and there's another safety car now. And I'm just baffled. Udair now has now well in a chance now of leading the championship now. Now Bram's out. Bram's only leading the championship by only a few points because Bram didn't have a good race in Britain. I think he took only second place, but he definitely got hurt by being behind Udair. I think Udair now is Udair is now leading the championship as of right now. So this is massive for the championship. And Semi being outside the top 10, so Udair is going to have a nice little lead as Strucken it's gone off to Mars. But I don't know what's going on. This is 2 races now I've been commentating by myself, and it's been absolute. Well, I would say again, once again, it's been an absolute cluster with another word on the end of that. It's not the first time I've had to say that. But what is going on in Tier 2? Crashes, spins, safety cars, illegal overtakes, penalties. I don't know, it's just... I'm absolutely fried. I'm going to use this time now. Just slow down a bit, because I need to save my voice. Pink Lemon, after the glitch start, is now in 3rd place. Tavares, after being last, is 2nd place on the softs. Udair's got to hold these guys off on the certain mediums. Mozza, It's been absolute mayhem. Look at that. Tavares gained 18 positions, Lemon 8, Moses gained 10. 18, they're all gained positions. There's been some big losers and big winners right now, but Tavares has had absolute strokes and strokes and strokes of luck with safety cars. Came out at the perfect time, well, a little bit early from the mediums to the softs. And it's now got another safety car, and it's put him close back at the back of Udair again. So, I just don't know. I don't know what's going on in this race. I don't know what is going on. Oh, it just mixed everything up. Buckley is now through to 6th place after a spin. I just don't know what to do anymore. Safety car will probably be in this lap. I don't think I'll do another 7 laps of this. I need somebody else in the car box just to take over a bit. Oh, I just don't know. This is third safety car in this race. Oh, this car's been another restart. Can't I just have, I don't know. The roller coaster of a race in Tier 2. Rammed out after absolutely amazing qualifying session from him. And it's all just been thrown out the window from Charles on a whole set of hards. And Charles has got away with it, and now but now down in P14. Charles pitted under the vert safety car, and that's somebody's gone wide. That's King Lemon who's lost a position to Mozza. I think he's got his position back. But he's letting back through. Mozza's letting him once. I don't know what's going on there. But Lemon's lost a position now after going wide. Wax is now going to position Buckley. Buckley's now overtook Wax. Seems to be staying here. So luckily, I don't think there's been any safety car glitches in terms of yellow flags. Udair's back up the grid. Udair's going to make sure he has a good start because Tavares on those softs is going to be all over the back of him. Same with Lemon and Etienne. Buckley with a fresh set of mediums and the top 6. And the Renault driver has set off as other people in the back are still warming the tyres. Moz has been set a 5 second penalty. Not sure what that's for. I think that might be for illegal overtakes. I'm not sure. King Lemon's in the pits. Why is King Lemon in the pits? King Lemon's in the pits. I'm not sure why he's in the pits. More brain frazzles. YX is up into 5th place. Mozza's out. Mozza's just gave up. I don't know what's going on to Mozza. Mozza was up in P3, but he's just left. So, Mozza's now out. I don't know what's going on, but Tavares is now breezing past the Renault driver. I think there might be some Brazilian team orders going on there. I think they might be helping each other. But I don't see why Tavares should gain on Udair's on the championship battle. Tavares is not. And Mozza will not be falling back now. Peruge is out of this race as well. Peruge is now out. He's now out of the chicane. Will there be another safety car? Looks like just an audio flag, no safety car. So we won't have a 4th safety car. Oh, I just don't know. Etienne and Charles is now out. Another car is out of the race. And Etienne can't overtake AI right now. He's struggling to get past the AI. Semi K's got a position on solid on the mediums. Semi K on the softs. Haas for like 1-4 at the start of this race. So now 9th and out, and that's Philippe up inside of Solid now. Solid is just falling back. It's cooking. He's used all of his ES up. He's now looking to get past the Ferrari driver as Norris sets the fastest up of the race. And up the side Cooking goes. Solid's lost 4 positions, I think. 3 positions in less than a sector. as Tavares and Udair have absolutely pulled a massive gap now to Etienne. Third place, it's going to be equivalent. It's going to be a DRS train to the end. There we go, flag. Solid this round. Solid. Next victim to be called out has been a lot of spinners. In his last third, his third safety car, been a lot of spinners. He's not out of the contention of the chance to get points. Tavares is now leading the way on those soft tyres compared to Udair's slightly more warm softs, but it's looking to try and keep up with Tavares. Etienne does not seem to have the pace to keep up. YX is not really supposed to be here. He's 13 places up. It's been a good race for him in terms of kept out with most of the collisions. Now up to P4. Etienne's run wide to the bus stop chicane. It's going to help Etienne get closer. Etienne's used a lot of overtake up. Not race. S3X has used a lot, and now she's got another fastest lap of the race. YX is just another ERS. He's burnt all it out before you get a chance to even have it. Why didn't save it and save it when he needs it? I don't know. Buckley's now on the back of him. Buckley has a bit more ERS to spare. YX can't do anything about it. YX just does not have the ERS to keep up. And Buckley's now, after Buckley spinning by himself early on in the race, he was down in P16 I believe, Buckley's now in contention to get on the podium. And Buckley will be on the mediums as well. Supposed to be slower tyre, he's gaining on these guys. Buckley just has a bit of pace in these guys. Buckley does have a counter. I'm presuming it's just 3 seconds. Tavares, he's got a penalty himself, so that's going to hurt him. So Tavares will most likely lose that win, as if Udair can keep up with them. Luckily, I won't use too much overtake if I was you. Need to save it. Just enough just so I can keep up with the Mercedes driver through this section of track. A bit of a corner cut there from the Ferrari driver. Norris just gained a position on Semi-K. Felipe's in the barrier in the pits, not sure why. Got pits, got a penalty and he's retired. That's another retiree. There's now 14 cars left. If you click Buckley close enough to Etienne, he's using his overtake. Etienne's also using his overtake. Buckley's looking to make a move. He's going to the other side. No. I think as Buckley, I would have backed out sooner. Saved it in ERS. Etienne has more ERS than he does, but YX is just not able to keep within DRS of him. But just seems to get back into there now. Saying that, just lost 2 tenths. Semi-K Norris, 2 of the championship higher up lead people. Buckley's got another penalty. Buckley, that's not going to hurt. Buckley, that's going to hurt him. At this rate, Buckley will be falling behind, probably nearly out of the points the way this is going. And there's a yellow flag. Who's that for? Not sure who that's for. And it's Buckley. Yeah, Buckley is out. He's out of this race. He won't be getting points. Buckley's left the session. I just don't know what's going on. There's spinners everywhere. Buckley was up in trying to get third place, but he had penalties, and now he spun it. So that's got rid of any chance of getting points. I don't know. Just JT drivers just seem to just can't keep their car on the track. Something about this race that just can't seem to grasp the clearness. Milkman's all over the back. Oh, feel the power. Feel the power, we need that power to keep Milkman behind. He's not bothering to overtake Tavares. He knows he's going to win. YX is now on the back of Etienne. YX was over a second behind. He's now got position on Etienne. Etienne didn't want to overtake him. I think Etienne might be playing a bit of playing with him. I think he might try and get him again in the next lap. Bit of a gaggle of cars here. Falling behind. Falling behind the Milkman. And that's Norris up the inside of Milkman. Milkman's made a mistake. Milkman's now losing position. He's not off the position to feel the power. Feel the power's now got him. Now Semi-K's got him. Now Crooken has got him. Oh no. Feel the power's going to get back ahead of Milkman. They're now inside each other. God knows how that happened. So Milkman's trying to use overtake to try and get ahead of him. But they're still ghosting each other. It's still about who can get ahead, and it is Milkman. Milkman managed to keep ahead despite ghosting for half a sector. Everyone's ERS is a bit low. Crooken's got the highest out of everyone in this battle. Who's going to use it and who's not? Top two seems to be sticking. Didn't seem any moves going on. So most of the battles will be on the below section of the grid. Look at this down, look how close they are. Trying to find a way to get past. Feel the power out of DRS of Norris. Norris in those fresher softs, able to pull away. Feel the power on slightly more worn mediums, struggling to keep up. As these guys on fresher softs should now have the pace to get past. But none of them really have any ERS left. The power's using them always got left. Elton's not using any of it, but it still has that speed advantage. Inside it goes the Alpha driver on the Alpha tires, but contact, more contact, and that's Cook and Semi-K allows Semi-K to get the inside, and he's got the move done. That's wide by and Phil Power's lost another position to Crooken on the slightly more fresher medium tyres. Phil Power's lost 3 positions within a few corners. The soft tyres just being a little bit more better at this point. Podium seems to be out of Etienne and YX right now, but Norris is looking to chomp down on these guys. Norris is definitely quicker than these guys ahead. But these guys have more ERS though. So I think Etienne is saving all of his ERS up for that last lap, trying to defend. I think Udair will win this race on the penalties. Makes it less interesting. I'm just hoping to keep up with it now. Last lap it is then, finally. After 3 safety cars, we're finally on the last lap of the race. A lot longer than it should have done, but it is the last lap. And YX is looking to try and get past Etienne. Etienne has 44% of ERS to spend on, and that's a corner cut, definitely by YX. Etienne's got loads of ERS to dump now. And YX just can't, he's not gaining at all. Etienne just has more than enough overtake. He's not even have to use it for half the straight. Semi-K got past Milkman. Both got low on ERS. But Semi-K has the outside line of Milkman. Semi-K got the move on Milkman. Crooken's looking to get past him as well. On those medium tyres, the soft tyres should still be good. But the softs the mediums will just starting to get into play, but it's a bit late now. As Milkman struggling to keep up with Semi-K. Semi-K will probably have to set down for P6. Udair struggling to keep up with Tavares. Tavares has chomped away from his fellow Brazilian. Udair's just making sure he's getting any penalties. Is Udair giving Tavares the win here? And there's another yellow flag. There's been a collision with Philippe and Crooken. They're spun around. There's been more crashes, more spins. I think he's purposely slowing down. He wants Tavares to get the win. I'm not sure about this. It's a bit scripted, but Tavares will actually win this race by Udair slowing down. And Tavares will actually win the race. And then Udair will be second. And then it'll be Etienne who will get the final position. YX will get 4th place. Norris in 5th. Semi-K in 6th in the end. Milkman in 7th. The AI of Mozza is going to be 8th. Crooken, after the crash with Philip Power, will finish in 9th. Philip Power will finish in 10th with a bad front wing damage off the crash with Crooken, but you'll get Crooken again with penalties. Mozza will finish down in 11th despite the AI. Solids will finish in P10. And the race could not be any longer. Could not be worse. Tavares, driver of the day. There is no doubt about that. He is driver of the day, coming from last on the grid to win, despite he was given a bit by Udair. Udair did slow down. Tavares had a penalty. Udair slowed down enough so Tavares could take the win, but nevertheless, it still would have been 2nd place at least. Tavares deserved it, despite you just got a bit of circle up from the safety cars, but he managed to absolutely time it perfectly. He got the places, he got the car positions the way he needed to, and he's strategy masterclass, can't speak anymore, has got him the victory tonight. It's an all-American continent top 3 podium, Brazilian, Canadian. But yeah, after 71 minutes now it's been. Finally, it's the end of the race. It will be Tavares for the victory here in Tier 2 Belgium for Season 18. It will be Udair in 2nd place in the end. Didn't gain anything in terms of qualifying position, but he'll gain a lot in the championship. Udair will take the championship lead, I think, at the end of this race. It'll be Etienne in 3rd, a surprise podium there for the Mercedes driver. No great result for YX as well, from 17th on the grid. I can tell I'm losing my voice. Norris in 5th place. It'll be Semi-K, despite his early retiree in qualifying and starting 5th, and including that crash at the start, in 6th. Milkman in 7th. Philip Power in 8th, despite the crash with Crooken in 9th with that crash. Solid in P10. Mozza, it was an AI for most of the rest of the race. In 11th, King Lemon, I think, with the fastest lap, will be P11. And the retirees, and Buckley down in P1, I think even to left, and the rest of them are retired from the race. So, I'm not sure any interviewees or not, because I'm pretty sure Tavares and Udair will speak any. Might try and get Etienne in, but I'm not sure if Etienne knows about these interviews or not. So waiting to get in and see if we can try and get an interview with him. But I think I actually might leave it there. I think I might avoid the interviews today. I think that might be it. So, absolute interesting race there. We will end it from there. But 3 safety cars, crashes everywhere, spins. Oh, there was just too much there to commentate on by myself. But I managed to fail through at the end. 74 minutes, but that will be the end of the Tier 2 Belgian Grand Prix. And follow us next time. Next track will be down in the Temple of Speed to go to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. Follow that race if you want to follow with Maldi and Bram for the Tier 1 Italian Grand Prix. So be there for them on Monday, and come back for me to next week for Tier 2 as well. So we will see you next time. Goodbye.